What can consistency earn you when it comes to video marketing? Well, you are about to find out from today's guest in the hot seat, advisor Mark Rapoza of Barrett Company. Mark, thanks so much for joining me.
My pleasure. Good afternoon.
In full disclosure, Mark and his team are now in year 5 of video production. So he comes from a position of expertise in what it looks like to be consistent. Mark, when you look back at 4+ years ago, what made you make the decision to jump into video marketing?
Well, it was the idea to begin to connect our process in a way that I would say could be presented to prospective clients and existing clients in an evergreen kind of a way.
Like, the concept of a story about manure and how it relates to.
I think that's one of your all-time favorites. You're never going to forget that one.
I will never forget the manure story.
The horse manure crisis. Yeah, yes. It's so, for us for video and working with you guys in particular has been just, your team has been just a fantastic experience. So it's been about taking certain themes that we know, resonate with clients. So what we try to do is we try to take our daily conversations that are coming in from clients, the things they're asking to us, the things that we know they're concerned about, and things that we feel are really pertinent for them to be thinking about, not only today, but things that they should be thinking about for the next 5 or 10 years. So then kind of taking what those themes are, and the one you're referring to with the horse manure crisis was this idea that crises and developments happen all the time. We tend to think about, things that are happening today and think, oh my goodness, this is new. This has never happened before. But that particular video was talking about a period in time when in certain cities, before the automobile came into existence, everybody had horses. And there was, frankly, it got to a point where there was no place to put the horse manure. And cities were beginning to come to the realization that if this continues to go like this for the next 5 or 10 years, the cities aren't going to be able to function. And they actually convened conferences to try to come up with a solution. And the ultimate answer was, we don't have one. And within a number of years right after that, we began to see the dawn of the automobile, and the horse manure crisis went away on its own. So it was a way to kind of take a story that is something that is interesting, not talked about very often, but pulling something from the past into the present to show people like, hey, you know what? Well, I can kind of relate that to this that might be going on or that might be going on, to give people perspective and some clarity to, again, and this is where I think the video really comes in, to be able to help people stick with the investing process, which is really the great challenge for all investors, right? Is you get a plan, you tie that into a process, tie that into a vision, and being able to stick with it and endure it through all phases of the market. That's the great challenge. So we need every tool, and video is part of one of the tools that we use.
I think a mistake too many people make is missing the power of that story, though. You made that video years ago, and it not only brought a point to life in a very memorable way, years later, it still stands out in my memory, and I'm sure in your clients' memories. And I think you can't put enough value on finding creative ways to tell a story, to give an analogy that really helps bring your point to life. And Mark, I know you and I are both huge fans of Duncan McPherson and of Jackie Mookie, and both of them talk a lot about the surprise and delight, the giving your clients this, AAA experience. How has video played into that for you? Because I know your team has a mailroom in the back that constantly has books that are getting shipped out and special things when a client's kid is, going to college. Like, tell me how video plays into your surprise and delight strategy.
Well, one of the great things with video is that once you create it, so some videos are maybe something to do with something going on currently. So it's a current event. So maybe it's going to have a usage for right now. But there are other videos that are timeless. So, for instance, we did a video recently on gratitude. If we are having a conversation with a client and we're talking about maybe something, one of their kids going off to college, we'll always try to remind them that, this is a time to not just be thinking about the dollars and cents of your daughter going off to college, but let's just kind of look at where you've already been. Look at the journey that it took to get your daughter to this point over the last 18 years, the soccer practices, taking them to school in the morning, making sure they do their homework, making sure you eat dinner together, like all that effort. Because again, when it comes to money, so many conversations, the industry is just so based on the future. You're always looking forward. And sometimes you forget to look back, right? So a surprise and delight with a video could just simply be saying, let's take this moment and just appreciate what you've already accomplished. And then we can share it with a video, right? So we may have created that video, 9 months ago, a year ago, but it's timeless.
Well, speaking of your video library, I get a question from advisors a lot. What does video success look like? And I've got a 40 video library that your team has pulled up, and I have it sorted by the most popular. And your most popular was posted 5 years ago, and it has 312 views. Some people would look at this and say, 312 people watched this. Is that successful for me? What would you say to them?
Every advisory practice, you're not looking to work with 10,000 people. Most practices, you're looking to work with several hundred families or individuals that, there's a connection. How many people view it, I have to be honest, is really not something for me that I measure the success by. Is what I would say is, as part of our process using the video, in the last 5 or 6 years, our practice has thrived. We have done exceptionally well.
Well, remember, if Mark can do it, you can do it too.
That's right.
And if you need a little help building your authority and growing your practice with video, that's what we do at Idea Decanter.